Rebecca here from Inbox Academy, and today on our channel we have Taylor, one of my most favorite people in the entire world. We're just so excited to have you on our channel today. You are someone that has come into my life and has just lit up my life in every way possible. We send each other voice messages, and you've sent my sweet boy the sweetest after he was born. And you were just one of those people that I've instantly connected with in the freelance world. And I'm so grateful to know you. So I just wanted to start this little video with that so people just know how much I love you. Yes, and that's right. We literally tell each other on our voice messages, I love you so much at the end of almost every single one of them. So anyways, this is Taylor. And Taylor, I know you've got a lot of stuff to share with us, but I would love for you to share with all of our viewers kind of what led you to email marketing.
So I have a timeline of things that I need to share. So we're starting back in 2022. So I was pregnant with my second, Ziggy, my second boy, and I had done like BYU pathways. I was thinking about going to college. I didn't, once I graduated high school, I was like, I am not going to college. Like, I don't want to do anything. There's nothing inspiring to me. I can't even spend that money either.
Yeah.
So I started deep diving into like, how can I make money without going to college? And for some reason, it didn't even cross my mind that like people online offered their own programs. Like, it was mind blowing. It
Yeah.
was so interesting and cool to me. So, yeah, I just started Google searching everything. And then, of course, everything was starting to land in my algorithm on like Instagram. And that's how Write Your Way to Freedom landed
Yeah. And Write
in
Your
my.
Way to Freedom for any of our viewers is Sarah Turner's course. And it is how I started my freelance journey as well. Just kind of learning the basics from her before going into email marketing. So Taylor and I actually met in that community.
Yeah, so like she offered a free masterclass, and so I immediately sent her my email, received the masterclass, sat down and watched like the whole hour and a half, whatever it was,
Mhm.
and I took notes. And I had the coolest experience. I felt so overwhelmed, and like it was, I literally felt the spirit just tell me, like, you have to do this. I didn't know why, but it was this huge overwhelming feeling, and I literally had a vision of like, this is literally going to help me just feel free and to heal.
I love that.
And just with learning how to write. So, because I felt empty in those early years for so long, and I didn't know how to like process anything, and I had always kind of journaled, and so I was just thinking, well, I like to write in my journal, so maybe I'm a good writer.
I think it's hard, also like being a mom, like a young mom, you know? How old were you when you had your first?
So I was 21 when I had Banks, and then I was 23 when I had Ziggy. So I was pregnant with Ziggy when I joined Write Your Way to Freedom.
Okay. Yeah, so I was 20 when I had my first and 23 when I had my second. And I think there's this, and I also did not go to college and got married early and had babies early. And I agree, there's like this like kind of almost like finding yourself, or like what is your purpose, and being a mother is in itself such a beautiful purpose and like mission in this world. But I think like when you're trying to find that thing that you can do on the side, and you look to like, okay, I like journaling, right? But I love that you shared about, like feeling like the spirit was talking to you, because you and I both have that in common. We both are
Mhm.
believers, and that's what I felt too. Like when I was searching for a way to dive into it, I prayed about it, and I didn't have the money to spend on that, and I literally put my first course on credit card while I was cleaning houses, which about, and it's like it was like a leap of faith, really it was. And that's what it sounds like it was for you too.
Yeah, I like had to have Jeremy jump on the call with me after the master class because he was like, "This is a scam." And I was like, "I think you're right, but let's jump on the call and see." And then, yeah, I put it on our credit card and it felt really scary. I didn't know how I was gonna pay it off, but they were giving me a really good deal. Like I could either get it now or pay this much for like if I waited. And like I literally cried. I just was so overwhelmed and felt so good. Like this is what I have to do. So yeah, I joined Write Your Way to Freedom. And so this was July 2022. And so yeah, just the next month, Jeremy, my husband, we were like I feel like we just felt stuck for a long time. At that time, we were living in a home. And we're kind of crazy. Like when we stay in one spot for too long, we get bored, we get antsy, and we're not happy. Like we're so high maintenance that way. It's so dumb. So, so I convinced him to that we should sell our house and move to Hawaii. And so I told him, I was like, Jeremy, this place is for rent on Oahu. This is the down payment. I know it's a lot, but I think we should put a down payment on it before our house sells and watch our house sell because I think the Lord wants us to move to Hawaii. And he was like, "You're insane."
But he did
No.
it. But he did he end up doing it?
Yeah, but then I talked him into it and we did it. We put the down payment on the rental on Oahu, which was like an arm and a leg. It's so much money there.
So expensive. So that's another thing that we have in common. We both have lived on Oahu. I lived there for about 5 years, and I understand why they say it's like the most expensive place in the United States to live. So that's fun.
Yep. Yeah. So, anyways, we put the down payment on the rental. Our house sold before it was time to move. I I told Jeremy I like talked myself up big time and it was really scary.
Hmm.
And I had told him I was like, "Hey, just join Write Your Way to Freedom. Like if I am consistent and I do it every day, I'll be able to like help us pay for rent. We'll be able to make it. We'll be fine." And he trusted me and I was so grateful. Like things were falling into place. Things were going smoothly. We moved over there. I was just chugging along through Write Your Way to Freedom. I was pregnant with Ziggy and I had Banks who was like 18 months at the time and wild and just so fun. But like I was sick and pregnant and we didn't have air conditioning and I'm trying to do Write Your Way to Freedom. And anyways, this I didn't even get to finish Write Your Way to Freedom over there. Like I chugged along and I tried and I cold emailed and I never came up with the money.
Mm,
It was really disappointing
mm,
and it felt like a huge failure and it caused lots of problems,
mm.
like lots of learning and growing and coming closer together experiences and conversations. Like anyways, I felt really bad. Like I totally let down Jeremy and it was really hard. So yeah, most of the time over in Hawaii, it was just it was the most magical, stressful time of our life. We had so much family time, but it wasn't going how I said it would go. And I had made a huge promise and I wasn't able to keep it and I felt like crap.
Oh, I actually didn't know this part of your story. I didn't know that you guys went through that. Yeah, that had been
Mhm.
hard. That had to be really hard to work through, especially like if you were sick and pregnant. And okay, no AC on its own. I don't know how you survived. I just don't understand how that's possible. I'm already someone that can't stand like I love summer and I love warmth, but like my air
Mhm.
conditioning is set at like 68 degrees. I like to be cold in my house. So I don't yeah, it gets so hot there. I don't know. So how were you able to kind of move forward with that mindset and feeling like you were failing even though it was really just a bump in the road.
So yeah, I'm like trying to chug along through Right Your Way to Freedom. I ended up, so by December, I was like 32, 33 weeks pregnant. We only lasted on Oahu for 4 months
Oh,
because Jeremy's work was slow. Like, we had so much family time and no money, and we were spending our savings on rent because I wasn't making money.
mm,
And anyways, it really had got down to the point that basically we were living in the most beautiful shack ever. Literally, it was like the flooring was coral reef and like the shower was coral, but then the walls were hollow cinder block that just hit the ground and like cockroaches and geckos and bugs would climb up and literally there was one night Jeremy woke up, massive cockroach just hanging out like next to my head and he just went back to bed. He didn't even bother to tell me. Like, and then we would be laying in bed, and so there were screens pushed in, like the cinder block and the roof. So, like, they're just like balancing in there to keep like mosquitoes out or something. So, we'd be laying in bed being misted by the monsoon storm season. Like, so yeah, like it had just got to the point where we could not stay there. I wasn't gonna bring home a newborn. I didn't have a birth plan. Like, I don't even think I would make it to the hospital living there because of traffic.
yeah,
And
traffic is absolutely nuts. But just to pause on your bug thing, like, we had cockroaches all in our house, and we had a decent, like, we were military, so we had military housing, and we had cockroaches that would just come out of the vents and up the sinks and the tubs at night. It's like soon as it got dark, and I would plug the tub with the stopper, and then our sinks had like that little hole on the inside so that if it over, I would plug those with like washcloths and like clothes because any little hole they would like come up out of, and I would put saran wrap over our vents. Like, it was so gross. But then the worst thing for us was actually cane spiders, and we had, I don't know if you experienced those, but I mean, I had a spider at one point, like bigger than my hand, while I was watching TV, just like crawl up from behind the TV and start jumping around the room. And I was like, my kids were sleeping, and my ex husband, like, he was deployed at the time. And I literally like left my kids in the house. I went running out in the street, and I was like, this is a horror movie. Like, what is going on? And had to go get a neighbor to come in and find it and kill it for me. But yeah, the bugs are no joke on island life, like, no joke. So yeah, keep going. I just had to share that I totally resonate with what you're sharing right now.
that is horrible.
Hmm.
Yeah, no problem with ginormous spiders like that, but like I thought it was a mouse pooping on like all of our kitchen counter. Of course it was the geckos, like the cute green geckos.
Yep.
Um,
Yep. They're cute, but they poop a lot.
yeah. But so yeah, really got down to the point we couldn't live there anymore and we just needed I've had it. I was like, let's go back home to Utah where everything is dead and we'll just have this baby there.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Somewhere where
yeah.
nothing's gonna crawl in our ears or on my baby while it's sleeping. Yeah, pretty much. So you went home.
Yeah. So we went home just in time for Christmas. And so checking my notes. Okay. Wait.
Did you skip something?
Yeah, we're not to that part yet. Okay. Okay, so now we get home for Christmas, and then I had Ziggy in February. And so after I had Ziggy, like I finished Write Your Way to Freedom, I kept cold emailing, and I got really good in like Canva and like showing, I forgot the word. What is it called? What is the word? Potential. I
I'm gonna help you here. I don't even know what you're saying.
Anyways, I was trying to show, like, potential clients the value I could offer them, so I was, like, making graphics and ebooks and, like, showing them all of the good stuff. Like, this is what I could do for you. And like I just kept going with that. And I sent so many cold emails and I like just nothing was happening for me.
Yeah.
I was overwhelmed. I was in like postpartum pits.
Mm.
I I was trying to take care of everybody and me and
Yeah.
anyways, trying to stay in business that was taking too long. And so I'm cold emailing, reaching out to everyone, and I just thought, okay, emailing makes sense to me. Like, I can email.
Yeah.
That's when I reached out to you on Write Your Way to Freedom, and because I knew that you had niched down into email marketing, and I just felt very drawn to you.
Mm.
And obviously, it was a very good reason because I'm so grateful for you. But yeah, so and that's when I had started asking you 1.5 million questions, and you answered everything, and you helped me so much, and you told me about Inbox Academy, and I was like I actually felt nervous because I felt like I wasn't gonna be, like, chosen to be a part of Inbox Academy or something.
So you were part of our beta round. That's why you were feeling so we had for context, like when we first started our course, we really our email list of people that we were like letting them know about the course was just people that we like really knew, like Taylor and I, and like she had me add her to our email list to keep her updated, and like so we did the beta round and we had people like submit kind of applications because we really wanted to make sure that the like first chunk of people that we let in were people that were actually going to like work through it a little bit and give us constructive criticism and let us know if it really like if there was any holes they saw or any, like we really wanted feedback. And I don't know why you would think we would not choose you. Because you are the most like genuine and authentic person, and I could ask you anything about any lesson or any of the course and you would tell me the truth wholeheartedly, and I just love that about you. So you were nervous, you didn't think you were going to get into the beta round.
Yeah, so as soon as I got the email that it had, like, launched, I immediately put in my credit card again because I didn't have the money again, and
Yeah.
it's like some sale that was gonna sell out, like, "Okay, I'm in. I got my spot. I'm good. They're gonna take care of me." That's when I went through Inbox Academy, which is freaking fantastic, full of so much knowledge, and it literally breaks down every part of emails. I think there's only been a few trigger things that I've had to reach out about, which I freaking hate.
So, again, for people watching that don't maybe know exactly what like triggers are kind of like in an ESP, an email service provider, we have the modules and the lessons broken down to teach you like how to write the copy. And then we get into the nitty gritty details of like back end work. And a lot of times when you set up automations, or you could hear that as flows or drips, these are all different words you could hear used for the same thing. These are emails that automatically are triggered by something, an action, and then they go out. So Taylor's had a few like it can be finicky because every ESP or every client is different, right? You depending on what they're wanting you to set the automation up for, you've got to adjust the trigger, you've got to make sure it's connected to their website. It can get tricky. So yeah, you've had a few little hiccups there, but I feel like we've been able to jump on a call and figure them out. But yeah, those have been a little tricky, but you conquered them.
Yes. So, yeah, like Inbox Academy has saved me. I love the community, and I've been able to. At one point, I swear the feed of conversation was just me, and I like kept apologizing, like, sorry, this is like my third post in a row. Sorry. But it was kind of fun to go back and like read all of those because I had like posted a few at like it's 1 in the morning and I'm going to bed right after this. Oh my gosh, I'm so mad. I hate this trigger. I'm so pissed right now. Anyways, I just
Total,
talked to my
total real moments, basically, where you could just vent it to the community, and we were like there to figure it out with you. Yeah. Didn't you end up doing too like you ended up doing a DMARC, right? Like a back end. Was that was you ended up doing that, right? You did that for a client, which I was super impressed that you did that like so quickly and figured that out.
well, once I heard how much value that like gave and how much I could charge for it, I was like, "Yep, I'm just gonna Google this crap up and I'm gonna make $500." So I did,
I love
and
I love it.
pretty sure I used that to help pay off Inbox Academy.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, so like from February to October, I worked my butt off. Like it was very much like this, like up and down, multiple pep talks from Jeremy, like keeping track of my time. Like, so you finished at this time and now it's this time and like it's
Mhm.
kind of taken a while and I'm like, I know. Don't count the days for me, please. I already feel like crap. Like, then finally, we were on vacation in Florida in October of 2023, and I landed my dream client. After cold emailing, like what felt like 100 years,
Yeah.
I finally did my dream client, and this was my first client and my first project ever.
Yay! That's amazing.
Yeah, I was so proud of myself. Like that was so cool, and that just made not giving up totally worth it at that point because I was like, "Oh my gosh, finally, I can see the light. I got my first client." So, I did their Black Friday campaign, and that brought them in over $25,000.
That's insane. Yeah, that is amazing to be able to say that to anybody that you would potentially work with. Like, I did this email, sequence, or like you had a strategy. I'm sure you did like Black Friday and then maybe like a follow-up email a day or two after, or an SMS, like, and then I brought in this amount of money. Like, that's a huge amount of money in a weekend, you know?
So then they asked me to do their spring sale. So I helped them in November, and then by the time April rolled around, they got a hold of me again. I had whipped up just like a 3 email sequence for the random spring sale and sent out 3 SMS messages and made them over 32,000.
What the heck? What the
It's
heck?
crazy.
That, like,
Should
that,
have.
you should you should have charged more. Yeah. But you learned from that, right? Like, that had to make your confidence and like doing emails like just skyrocket. Like, it's not super hard to do. It's not super hard to make money if you have just a basic strategy and you can write these emails and send them out.
So it was just so cool, like to be able to do the design and the writing and the back end work and be able to deliver them the results was really cool. So after my first client's project and bringing them in over like 50K, freaking awesome. So fun to put on like my portfolio.
Absolutely.
That was.
So I think it was during that first client is when you and I started coaching. We started doing calls and
Mhm.
jumping on stuff. And then you were learning about Inbox Academy while you were dipping your toes already into email. And then I was like trying to help you. We were making sure those automations were flowing. And I got to see how good you are at design and firsthand, which I love. I loved all of your emails, seriously. So when you were ready to dive into Inbox Academy, I was so excited about that.
Thank you. You're so sweet. Everything has just really fallen into place at the exact time that I've needed it, and I am so grateful. So, beginning of 2024, I continued to cold email. I had clients and projects. So, I think like, I had lots of projects, but a total of like 3 clients. And then it got to the point that I had to turn down a client because I was like spreading myself so thin. And I also kind of realized that I don't want to work for other people.
So before we go into that, because that is a huge pivot right there, I just want to first ask, how did it feel to get to a point where you had enough work to balance with your family life that you literally got to like say no thank you to a project or a new client? Like, how did that feel? Like, emotionally, like mindset wise, as an entrepreneur, did you find that as like a really kind of like, wait a minute, is this happening right now moment, you know?
Yeah, no, I think I totally did stop and breathe and be like, "Wow, look at me. Good job." Like, good job for even noticing that I am so spread thin and losing my freaking brains that I can't even give to another person.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure I had 2, like, current clients, and I was pivoting. And I wanted to help him so bad too, and maybe I still will someday,
Mhm.
but as of right now, I'm just so proud of myself for even being able to notice.
Yes, I am so proud of you, honestly, like, that is huge, like, it takes people there's people that have been doing this for, 10 plus years, and they still don't recognize when they need to say no, and like, what is the point if you are running yourself into the ground and you're losing your mind and you can't balance your home life and your family and your own mental health, like, what is the freaking point of being an entrepreneur at that, like at that stage? You do this for freedom. You do this for balance. You do this to help financially, but to also create some stability and peace in your life, right? So, didn't you did some bundles though that you sold. You did like a lower end, like a 3K bundle of
Mhm.
automations that you sold a bunch of those in like a month, right? Or you staggered them as you sold those.
Yeah. So I did 2 I think I just did that for 2 clients,
Hmm.
and then I was about to do it for the 3rd, and that's when I had told him no. So, like, just to be very clear and open, I have not made, like, buco bucks
Yeah.
yet. Like, I have made at least up to $3,000 or $3,500 of doing emails.
Yeah.
Because first of all, I'm a people pleaser and I just couldn't even like charge what it's actually worth, which maybe someday I will. And like obviously I had tried because I literally was trying to offer a huge bundle for $15,000. Like I took big leaps
You
of
did.
faith. And I was like, "Hey, well, at least I tried." Like I got a little bit braver. So,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, and I was at that time, I was pitching to do work for, like, a husband and a wife, like, to help both of their businesses within that bundle.
So by the time you joined Inbox Academy, you got more experience, you took on a bunch of projects, you had some ongoing clients, but you charged on the lower side because you definitely struggled with having the confidence to charge what you were worth, honestly, because I've seen your work. Like you're worth up here on the spectrum of pricing. So you struggled with that a little bit, but you made back at least enough to like you paid off the course, you made a
Mhm.
little bit of profit, but probably not much. And then you started to realize that you wanted this pivot in your life. Did you have anything else you wanted to touch on though before we go into that? Or anything on your yeah.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready for
Okay.
the pivot moment.
Right. Let's do the pivot.
So, October 2024, yeah, last October, I was let go from my dental assisting job.
Mm,
I had, like, cried wolf for a while there, saying, we're moving, we're gonna go do this, we're gonna go do that." Like, to the point that they're like, "Okay, well, you're moving, so we're gonna hire someone else," and they did, and then we didn't move, and I was like, "Just kidding, I could have stayed. See ya." It's like so, anyways, I loved that place and I love the people there, so like, we didn't end on bad terms at
yeah, it
all.
wasn't on bad terms. It was just unfortunate the didn't end up working out the way you thought. So yeah.
Yeah, but that was the moment that I was like, "Okay, crap, it's really happening. I really have to pull myself together and I really have to, like, make a change and make something happen for our family or else." So, quickly after that, I actually had another course land in my lap, that I invested in again on my credit card, and then I told Jeremy the next morning because everyone was asleep, and he was like, "What? Are you serious?" Okay. Anyway, so it always feels scary to invest in yourself, but I am like, these are skills that I feel like I need, and I continue to have these super overwhelming spiritual experiences like, okay, this is another little piece that I need to help me put the whole picture together.
Yeah,
So,
I would love to speak to that really quick. Is like a lot of people go into like a course and think like this is it. This is what's going to be like my career. I'm just going to do this. It's going to make me go from zero to this, right? And it absolutely can for some people. Um but I also think that there's some people that we just had a chat with one of our other students, Emily, and she was talking too about how like it was a piece, it's like pieces of the puzzle. Like she uses the skills from some other courses she's taken, but then the email was another piece of the puzzle that had to come into the equation for her to be kind of where she's at right now. And that's exactly what it can be for some people. Like you can already have skills in freelancing and copywriting, but if you're ready to like really dive into email marketing and you want to learn those skills to add to your skill set, right, to take your freelancing or your entrepreneur goals to the next level, then that's exactly what Inbox Academy can do for you, right? So I love that you talk about like, just feeling like these were all pieces and they were the right thing to do. Like you don't regret doing them.
yeah, no, like it felt really scary to come to my husband and be like, "So I just spent more money on this." Like I literally felt like I'm some kind of, what is it called?
I don't
Like
know.
course slut, just spending all this money like, "Oh, another course got me, sorry." Like,
Can you
I
just
don't know.
can you just repeat what you said? Because I'm pretty sure I laughed while you were saying it and it cut you off. What do you think it is called?
So after investing in 3 big programs that were all like thousands of dollars, I officially felt like some kind of program course slut. Like I couldn't even get enough. Like, here's my credit card again. Here you go. I need these skills. Like, but in a good way. A good slut.
Good
I
slut.
don't know.
There's nothing wrong with a good slut. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Oh goodness. No, I totally get what you're saying, but it was like you said, it's a good way. It was like each of these things were building skills for you that you kind of needed in the next chapter, right?
Yeah, exactly. So with all these programs with Write Your Way to Freedom, Inbox Academy, and then it's called 100K system, like I was able to launch my own business in 44 days.
That's amazing.
In 44 days, I whipped up my own Shopify, I created my whole entire website, I wrote up emails, I freaking worked my butt off and literally pulled all-nighters from like October to January.
Oh my goodness, Taylor.
I That's
So
crazy that I'm even past that time and I don't ever want to live that again.
you don't have to. You did it. You did the work. You're in the next, season of it. Tell us about your business. Tell us what you do. Tell us all the details. I want to know.
Okay. I launched my own business in 44 days and it's called Wild Zanksy. So real quick, everyone says the name wrong, which I don't care. I think it's funny. So, yes, Rebecca, you're one of them. I forgive you. I kind of like it though. Everyone calls it Zanksy. And like it sounds really cool. So it's fine. But so I just combined my two boys' names together, Banks and Ziggy, and I didn't want to call it like Wild Biggie. So I went with Wild Zanksy because we call Banks Banksy. Yeah.
I'm glad you did
So
not go with the first one. I don't know
Wild
that
Biggie.
to take you seriously.
That sounds kind of sexual, honestly. Like it's horrible.
I love it so much. Okay, so
I
now I know how to say your business name, and I love that it's the kids' names because I didn't know that. I just thought it was a super cute name.
I first started off selling Christmas wrapping paper. Like, I just wanted to sell something. And I was like, okay, well, it's November. I could hurry and whip up a bunch of designs for cute Christmas wrapping paper, and so I did, and that's what I sold, and it went so good until I noticed Shopify screwed me over, and I literally made $1 off of each Christmas roll, but I made enough to pay off the printing costs.
Okay, so you broke even.
So, yes, so I was fine. It
Hmm.
was a huge learning curve. So I started with Christmas wrapping paper, and then I went into clothes, and like, my cup was still not feeling full. I was like, what is missing? What's going on? This is also the part that I noticed I was feeling a little bit miserable. Like, I had so much going on. I didn't know why I didn't still feel happy. I didn't know why I felt like I wanted to run away,
Hmm.
why I didn't have patience with my kids, why, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, when the mom is not happy, the whole house is not happy, I think.
Amen. Amen. Whew.
Yeah, like everyone can feel your energy and everyone soaks up your energy. And so our house was just feeling miserable.
Well, I feel like the mother is the heart of the home, right? Like it's the heartbeat of, you know, everything within the home just kind of comes from there. So I feel like when you're not in a good place, everyone can feel that. It just like, it's a ripple effect into your entire family life, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So I just had to stop for a minute and be like, okay, what is going on here? I don't even know what I need. I didn't know how to talk about like my feelings or my needs. I literally felt like I was gonna lose my mind. And this, not to be dramatic or too sad, but I seriously got to a point where I was like, I would rather be dead right now. I
Mm,
don't even know what to do, where to go, how to fix this.
yeah.
I had hit the stinky armpits of motherhood.
Yeah. I appreciate you being so vulnerable about that because I think so many moms feel that. I know I've felt that before too. Like, and we don't talk about it enough and we feel alone in it. And then we don't talk about it because we feel like, oh, nobody else feels this way or I shouldn't feel this way. Or, you feel sometimes ashamed by it. And it's like, I think we need to talk more about it, that it's a normal thing to struggle with this. It's just what we do with it from there, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
So, yeah, I totally agree. So, my sweet friend that I've known my whole life, she joined doTERRA and she drinks these delightful greens. And she let me try them like whenever I wanted and was like, yeah, you need this, just try it. Like, and then she would kind of like hint at me, like, you should do doTERRA. And I was immediately like, absolutely not. Like, I tried Young Living. Like, I am not an MLM slut. I cannot do that. Like,
I just stay with my course sledding, okay? Come on.
yeah. So, anyways, but like she just kept telling me, like not annoyingly or anything, I love her so much and I'm so grateful that she could follow her promptings that she had to just like kind of warm me up and be like, okay, drink this again. Like,
Yeah,
not like just trying to get me drunk or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
And but like it was so yummy and like I was like, this is so simple. Like this feels so dumb. I'm not doing this. Like,
And
for a while I just lived in like the stinky armpit part and was just didn't know what to do. I felt lost. I'm like trying to run my business, work with my clients, make everything work and feel balanced and happy and like it just wasn't. And so I feel like this wasn't even me making these actions. Like I just did it. But I immediately sent a voice message to her and I was like, "Okay, send me the link. I think I need this." So that was like my breaking point where I was like,
yeah,
okay, I'm gonna start taking care of myself. I'm going to change. I have to be a better mom. I want to be a better mom. Like, this is a life that I've like prayed for and dreamed for. And for some reason, I'm not happy, and that's not okay.
yeah. So you like even though you were doing and trying all these different things, like the root of it was like you needed to be taking care of yourself. You needed to be happy. You needed to find your joy. So do you feel like you found that, or do you feel like you're on the journey to finding that right now?
So, both. So, this is the crazy part. How I'm going to wrap all this up is that so back in July 2022, I had a vision that doing this and writing is going to help me heal.
Mm,
And I didn't know really what that meant. Like I had had my first son, Banks, and I had a few things I needed to work on at that time. So, starting again back at July 2022, when I had my spiritual like experience in the vision of how writing is going to help me heal. I didn't really know what that meant, but I like it felt amazing. Like this is what I need, this is what I have to do, and it's taken forever to get to this point.
mm.
But like as I've revamped like my wild Zanksy because I totally pivoted on there because I was selling clothes and now I've turned it into like this I call it like the feelers, healers, and moms community.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've completely pivoted. And so I've been writing about miserable motherhood. And I feel like I'm living in the vision that I had back in 2022.
Mm.
Like,
That's powerful.
is,
That is
yeah,
powerful. It's like you had to take this journey and try these things, and now you're at a point where you're writing, right? Because you still have a few clients that you're working with, like email clients, right? You're writing, you're doing your own business, but you've let that kind of evolve into naturally where you're like vulnerable and writing and connecting with people that are feeling the way that you feel and have gone through things that you've gone through. And then on top of that, you're also now in this doTERRA business where you're literally feeding your body and healing yourself and being able to get into, so it's like this spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical like circle coming together, which is so powerful. It's just, it makes me want to cry. I am so happy for you. Seriously, it's incredible.
thank you. And I am just out of tears because I've cried. I've done that. I'm not gonna cry on this call. Please don't cry, else I will cry. It's just been so cool to have it come full circle. And like, I am definitely not perfect. I still have my fits. I still yell at my kids. How horrible am I? I still, like, I'm trying though. I'm trying really hard and I catch myself now, like, before I continue to spiral and have the whole day go to crap.
I think
I
that is the key. That's like not even just in motherhood, but in life, in a relationship with someone, in business, is like when you're messing up, can you just pause and evaluate it? Can you identify it? And can you pivot? Can you do something to kind of help you like give yourself grace? Everyone messes up. No one is perfect. And then how do I want to move forward from here on out? And that's what it sounds like you're doing. And you're not like beating yourself up for mistakes in the past. Like you said, none of us are perfect, but the fact that you're able to reflect on that and then move forward in such a healthy way is something that I think is so inspiring for so many people, especially for parents to hear your story this way. Like that is just so encouraging.
and like through all of this, all these programs, all these years, and after my two babies, like I had never taken care of myself, and now I am, and like it's honestly mind-blowing and crazy to me because like in Hawaii, I had learned that you don't find your happiness, you can't chase it, you can't go looking for it. Like it's something that you have to make
Mm,
wherever you're at. Like
yeah.
we were in Hawaii and for some reason we struggled and we weren't very happy and we had hard days. Like it was the best time ever, but like you can be living in Hawaii and have a cockroach crawl across your foot and have a horrible day.
Yeah.
Still.
I, I
Yeah.
I think that's so true. Like happiness is, it's deep. It's within you. And that means like no matter where you're at in life, if you are in that spot where you can create and have that happiness, wherever it is you get that from, like you can take that with you in every season of life. But you're right. Like if you're not happy, if you haven't figured things out, if you haven't worked through things, and you're in the most perfect place in the world, it doesn't make a difference. But it's also about the journey. And that's what I admire about you so much is like you're brave enough to take the journey to like go to Hawaii, to go do this, to start this business, to get your email clients, to start your own business, and now taking care of yourself and reaching out to other mothers and being so vulnerable and open and honest. Like you would not, I don't even know that you would truly appreciate where you're at right now if you didn't go through all of that, right? So it's all about
Yeah,
perspective.
totally. And like the mind-blowing part about it all is that I just feel like I was in survival mode for years and years, basically ever since I got married till like a few months ago. So that's like for 6 years now.
Yeah.
Like just in survival mode and like fight or flight mode. And it's crazy because happiness and joy and feeling whole is found in the tiny daily things that you can do that are free.
Mm,
Like, it's not when I make this amount of money, when I move here, when I have a house, when I get this car. Like, it's not about material items at all. It's about, like, now I make sure I get a full night's sleep. I'm not pulling all-nighters. I go to bed at 9. Like, if I have plans, like last night I went to Bunko. I never thought I'd be playing Bunko because I thought it was an old lady game my mom played growing
yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Like, and my first thought was, but I can't go to bed by 9 o'clock. I can't go to bed by 9:30. I'm gonna have to wake up at 5. Like, should I even go? So,
Girl, I love
s-
my sleep so much. It's ridiculous. So I'm right there with you. And I also get together with a group of ladies to play Bunko. So you're not alone in that. I'm just going to confess that right now. I'm a Bunko girl and it's fun. Okay. And that's the wildest my life gets right now.
yeah, and same. But yeah, so like going to bed early, waking up early, moving your body, eating wholesome food, like
Yeah.
nourishing yourself properly, and like that is what heals you and teaches you to understand patience and show up how you want to be and how you've dreamed of being.
Yeah, and I think that it's really important. A lot of people that go through our course, they struggle with mindset. And I tell them all the time, it's great to have like financial goals, but like you have to make sure your mindset is in a healthy place. Like, are you doing things for yourself? Are you practicing self-care? Are you, like really giving your thoughts and your inner self like time to truly be who you are and take care of yourself, right? Because that is like the top two reasons I hear people want to be an entrepreneur, freelancer, email marketer, whatever, in that realm is they want more time at home, like with their kids and stuff, and flexibility and schedule, or they want more time for themselves to balance life, to find joy, to go on walks in the morning, to not be going to a 9 to 5 under fluorescent lighting and like want to kill their boss by the end of the day every day. Like it's just not good for anybody's mental health. So I love that you share this and I love that you're so open with your story.
It's crazy because I finally been able to take control of my own life and I am in charge.
Mm.
That has been so like fulfilling and worth it. Not having, I don't know, maybe I'm just a snot and I don't want to listen to like anybody's rules or demands or something. I don't know.
You don't
But
you don't have to, right? You don't have to. Like it is your life and at the end of the day, you get to look back and reflect on your life when you're an older woman. And if this is what you know you're going to look back on and you're going to be proud of and happy with, like, I love it. So, to wrap this up, what would you say to someone that's thinking about joining Inbox Academy?
so if someone is on the edge and they're not quite sure, I think it has been so amazing to invest in myself and to teach myself skills
Mm.
that can make you a lot of money if you work hard. And that's one more thing that I want to say. Like, you're going to be in the pits, you're going to be depressed, you're going to be unmotivated, you're going to be mad that it's not going as fast as you thought that it would. But what matters is that you do it daily, and in the small, daily, consistent things, that is when you will slowly see results. It's not like, okay, I'm gonna pull one all nighter and then I'll wake up to like so many sales or all these followers, or it's you need to wake up and do it daily and believe in yourself and push through it, even though it feels hard, even though you want to sleep in, even though you want to like throw your kid's popsicle on the ground or something. Like, you just keep showing up and you don't give up, or else you're not going to change your life and you're going to be miserable and in the sticky armpits. Sticky armpits forever. Stinky.
So don't be in stinky armpits, basically. Like, no, I hear you, and I think that's such a beautiful way to kind of wrap up this video. Is just the small steps, consistent small steps. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on finding your happiness and building your skills. Just keep going. And I think surrounding yourself with good people is really important too, right? Like, I am so grateful to meet you, to come alongside you as your coach, to come alongside you as your student in our course, but then also to evolve and to this like beautiful friendship. And I think to have people in your life that you can voice message and reach out to and be real with and get encouragement when you need it is a game changer. And I really hope that people feel that about our Inbox Academy community, and that they feel it towards Audrey and I, that we've got their back no matter what. That's really what we're trying to cultivate with the community and Inbox Academy. Is it doesn't all have to be email talk. Like, it can be real talk and real encouragement and people connecting and just taking this journey together, because even though we all need to take these steps forward, we don't need to do it alone, you know.
Mhm. Well, Rebecca, I love you, and
You.
Audrey, maybe you will listen to this. I love you too. And I'm so grateful for both of you. You are amazing. And if you're listening and you're thinking about Inbox Academy, I dare you to do it because you will not regret it. And if you stay comfortable, you're not going to learn and grow.
I'm glad you feel that way. And again, you being open and honest and vulnerable, I hope encourages so many of you out there watching this. It's just real. Like, this is who we are. This is who I am. This is who Taylor is. She's one of our students. And this is just life. And we just love talking about it and being there for each other. So, Taylor, thank you so much for being on this call. And for anybody that's curious about her business and what she's doing and cultivating there, just know that we're going to link her website and her Instagram page in the description for this video. So make sure you jump in there, you click on those, follow her, check out what she's offering, show her some love and encouragement. And yeah, that's it for today. So thank you so much again, Taylor.
Yes, thank you. I just love you. You're the best.
I love you too. Bye, guys.
Goodbye.